Today we're making ham and cheese egg muffins. Let's start with a standard 12-cup muffin tin. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and you can just grease your muffin tin really well or line it. And I always put liners in my muffin tin. My muffin tin has seen better days, but I usually use paper muffin liners, and I feel like the paper would get soggy from the egg muffins, so I have these silicone muffin liners, and I'll link them down below if you're interested. And they have a tab on them, which will make them a lot easier to pull out of the muffin tin. So we're gonna go ahead and set this aside. In a large bowl, we are going to crack 12 eggs, so a whole dozen. We're going to add a half cup of milk. You can use whatever fat content milk you want. I'm using whole milk today. Then we're going to add a half teaspoon of salt. If you're using kosher salt, the author of this recipe said to use a heaping half teaspoon just because there are larger granules of salt. We're gonna add a quarter teaspoon of black pepper and a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. Whisk it all together. You just want to make sure all your egg yolks are broken and all your egg whites are worked in so it looks all one homogeneous mixture. So we're going to set this aside just for a minute. We need to dice up 8 ounces of ham steak. And if you don't like ham, you can easily use a half pound of browned breakfast sausage or a half pound of bacon that's cooked and crumbled or diced up. But today I'm using ham. Whatever meat you decide to use, put that in your egg bowl. Next, we're going to add a half cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can absolutely shred your own. And keep the cheese out. We're gonna top our muffins with a little bit of cheese before we bake them. And lastly, the recipe calls for us to add 2 thinly sliced green onions. I'm going to do 3 because I like a lot of onion. I'm just gonna cut off a little bit of the wilted tops of them. And as you can see, these are my dedicated food scissors that I keep in the kitchen. I just find it, I don't know if it's easier, I think it's a little more fun to cut your green onions with scissors. And I am going to cut and use the white part as well. All right, let's mix everything together. Let's bring our muffin tin back. I'm going to take my 1/3 measuring cup and fill each of my muffin cups. Make sure you scoop down to the bottom when you are using your measuring cup because the ham is going to sink to the bottom and your green onions are going to float. So you want to make sure you get ham along with the green onion in every cup. You might have to go back and add a little bit of mixture to some of your cups. If you got any of your egg mixture on the top of your muffin tin, see if you can clean it up a little bit. Just helps things not to get burnt on and make your cleanup any more difficult. But Now it's time to bake these, and they're gonna go in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until the muffins start to pull away from the side of your muffin tin, but we have liners, so we'll see if they start to pull away from the muffin liners at all. I forgot about that extra cheese, so let's do that real quick. It's just a little sprinkle on the top. So about an extra 1/4 cup, or measure with your heart. Okay, 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so my egg muffins cooked for 29 minutes. And as you can see, some of them kind of spilled over, and I wonder if that's just because the cups were a little full or if there were bubbles in my eggs, if I had whipped some air into the eggs and the air bubbles just escaped, but no matter, they will taste the same. So you can go ahead and eat these right away. I will say they will be piping hot. So if you are not using muffin liners, like silicone ones like me, you can use a non-metal spatula or whatnot to get your muffins out of the muffin liner. You don't want to scratch the non-stick surface. And my silicone cools off really fast, so that's why I can just touch it with my finger. So these are a super great idea for a quick breakfast, especially during the week, or a breakfast on the go, or a grab and easy snack to grab if you're craving something savory. I think you could absolutely add some chopped spinach or diced bell pepper to these, but I would, as you can see, these cups were very full. So if you're going to add vegetables, I would cut down on the meat or use fewer eggs. So by volume, if you want to add your vegetable, if you're gonna add a 1/2 cup of veggies to these, I would use a 1/2 cup less of eggs, and I'll put about how many tablespoons or cups is in 1 egg on the screen here, and so you can offset and not overflow your muffins. So if you think these eggs sound delicious, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe for more delicious recipes. And if you guys are looking for another delicious breakfast idea, go ahead, click here on screen, and I'll see you guys there.